There'll be no way to confirm what they're doing, but they'll let you believe it. They'll make sure that you believe it, and they'll let you run with it. They'll leave you that false hope that things are going to get better, that they'll be there for you, and they never are. They never are. And they keep telling you they will, and they never are. It's ridiculous. So, even prophets get pretty bummed out and miserable in their misery in their ministry too. And I'm just about ready to give up on everybody and make everyone dead to me, basically. I made that quite clear. I'm really down to dump. Things are not good at all. Can't pay our bills. Can't get any support around us. Can't get any people to give me dignity or respect. Pick up the phone. Nothing. Nobody. The church is nothing. It's a head spin, man. I can't make heads or tails of it. It's like one week they're one thing, the next week they're invisible. You know, one week there's a song coming out saying, okay, we'll be there. The next minute they're in friggin' Abu Dhabi doing God knows what. You know, I'm sick of the whole thing. So there's things coming. I'm about to toss in the towel, which means I've given up. I'm shutting down and shutting everybody out. And when it gets to this, that's when you can say hope has failed and hope is going down for everybody. I mean, if I'm going out in this and no one's going to stand for me, you guys all know what's coming. You see the world around you. Where's your savior? Where's your survivor? Where's the guy that's going to hold these bad people to notice? Well, there's one guy right here. He's got it all here. He can shut it down if he can just get the voice and the platform, provide all the evidence he needs to show and to prove what's going on around here. It isn't right. None of this is right. Thousands in bills and debts. Churches that ignore me. 1 minute they're talking across the pulpit, making me feel like I'm it. And then the next minute, you know, you hear nothing from them. So, I still have yet to find a true, faithful Christian outside this chat room. They don't exist. I'm still looking for one person who not only calls himself a Christian, but knows they're Christian, believes they're Christian, and downright lives it. I still have one person on this rock to find who actually lives what they preach. Is that not sad? Is that not sad? I go out of here today and there's not one person that I'll bump into. One person that I would give any homage or respect to knowing Jesus or to doing the right thing or being a good person. This world is awful. It's awful. And people are so stupid, they deserve what they get. I mean, if we're all going to be radiated, you know, if we're all going to come down with cancers and diseases, well, you know what? So be it. Let them have it all. You know why? Because it's been sitting in their face. They've been told about it. I don't know why, but they're so dumb that it's like, okay, so we're going to die tomorrow. All right, that's fine. All right. But I still want faster download speeds, man. We got all these little things we need. I got no dignity and respect. I'm fed up and I've had enough. You know, another 6 months has gone by, and, you know, all you guys, and because all you've heard is listen to me rant, nothing get any better, getting any worse. You know, someone's looking for a hero, but they don't want him to surface. The bad guys don't want the hero to surface. The good guys don't want him to surface because what it means is that, oh, they're going to have to get their hands dirty now. They're going to have to get uncomfortable now. Oh, they're going to have to deal with the military. You know what? Grow a pair. You know what I find really amusing is that everything that I've said, everything I've done on my page, on my Twitter page, and out there, I'm surprised that no one wants anything to do. No one's coming around. Not a police officer, not a guy with a white coat ready to tar me up to the rubber room, not some politician trying to make me look bad. Nothing. They're just all, like you say, just avoiding me. And I'm not going to stand for that. I will not be treated this way. At first, everyone wants me. Yeah, no one wants me. Yeah. Okay, well, it doesn't work that way. You know, there's a word for that. Women and men use it on each other all the time. They play you and then they leave you for dead. It's called emotional rape. And, how many times are people going to literally emotionally rape me and leave me emotionally disturbed? I mean, all you have to do is look at the freaking world around you, how you can sit there and do nothing, or do a YouTube video, or hand out flyers even. Okay, Yokas is finally starting to do what everybody else should be doing, getting themselves out of their caves on to the pavement, right, where people are being left for dead. Now, this is a public forum, so I'm not going to say what I have to say here. But there's going to be something come out very soon. And I'm going to start putting names very specifically. And I'm going to start shaming people. This is going to be the wall of shame. Because people don't want to come to the wall of being saved and forgiven and we understand what you're going through. Been to hell and back. Been that drug addict. Been that abuser. I understand, but they don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want the easy way. It's really sad. I wake up this morning and I'm really sad that people are so dumb and that they really want to do this all the hard way. It really, really is disheartening. I got to decide what to do with this pastor now. Whether I'm going to literally fire him and shame him before his congregation, or take another week of downright abuse. So, I don't know. Built me up to be something, and then they let me fall hard, didn't give me the tools. It was a setup, nothing but a big setup. They wanted a fall guy, so they wanted me. I guess they chose me. Well, I don't accept that. I'm not going to leave it at that. Okay? There are at least 6 female artists, all of which have a series of criminal and civil offenses pending against them, and they seem to think there's nothing's wrong, it's okay, nothing's going to happen. What do you think I am, an idiot? A fool? Stupid? That another song is going to quell me and make me feel better? Listen, this is done and over. We had a chance. Everyone had a chance to do the right thing. They didn't do it. It's too late now. It's too late now to do anything. All you can hope is that you know who you are in God and that you're going to be saved, because everything coming is going to be shit on a stick. It's going to be uncomfortable, man. No one's going to like it. Everyone's going to be looking for death, and no one's going to find it. And I'm laughing in one sense, but I'm really sad for these people. In one sense, in the world I'm laughing at, I was like, ha, 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 I told you so. But in the other sense, I'm really sad. But I understand how God feels, because, I'm sitting here now. I'm doing all the things God would do in a situation like mine: the patience, the understanding, the compassion, the understanding, the slow to get angry, listen, slow to speak. Doing all of it. Okay? Come to your brother, try to win him over, don't win him over, come back with a witness or two, try to do it again. It's the whole process. Doing everything right, doing everything by the book. No one can come back to me and say, you know what, you didn't do something right. They can't do that. All they can do is say that you failed at what you did because God didn't want it to happen and you wanted it to happen. Or it was supposed to happen, but it didn't happen, and you did fail what you did. But you see, it's this failure thing coming out. Sean, it's a failure. You're a failure. You're going nowhere. You're not going to amount to anything. There's no point in trying a lawsuit. You're not going to get anywhere. In a couple of years, all that money, you won't be able to spend it anyway with selling to the beast. So where's justice in this world? Justice is that I've got a death wish, and I wish someone would just finish me off so I don't have to live another day in this hell, because that's what this is, a living hell. And I'm fed up with it. I think with a woman that's got $60 million home halfway around the world, can't as much as pick up the goddamn phone when there's a phone number on my page. Just an ounce of decency. Say, oh, you've been a fan of mine for God knows how long? Well, you know what? I'm here now for you. If I could just get that would turn my world around. But, that's unreasonable. Because all the people that should be are all sellouts now. Satan's got them, taking them down the garden path. They've all done their satanic baptism. My last little bit of hope was this pink figure, and I don't know. What was being shown to me, what a lot for nothing. A real disappointment there. Let's hope she comes around and doesn't go the way of the dodo. She's completely irrelevant, leaves me for dead. She knows damn well how I'm involved in her and her career. There's a reason why there's no mention of the CD God is a DJ. God's not dead. There's a reason they took that out now, and you take a look around. You're not going to see God's not dead anymore. You're going to see I'm not dead. And you're going to see a different cover with a different set of graphics than there was back in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. So it's real sad to see that the people that I thought I was going to be able to take and get out of this bitch whore in Hollywood, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's sad. I'm really saddened because now I've got to get my dignity without them. And I wasn't going to put trust in them to begin with, but certainly expected a whole lot more than what I'm getting from them. And now they hear this and they won't come around me because maybe shame, guilt, or maybe they're just downright sellouts and they were just rusing and lying to me all along. Who knows? I just threw two names out there. There's a whole mess of them. I mean, I come from a situation where Satan has infiltrated the Christian church. Well, I've done nothing more than infiltrate the church of synagogue of Satan. I've done that very well and effectively. And all these music and all this music you hear, it came from me one way or another. But you'd never know that, right? And now it can't be looked at as good anymore because it's been tainted, perverted, distorted, made to look bad. A video's been added to the words. Now, I'm sitting here. I can do a lot of stuff, but no one is allowing me to. No one wants me to. I don't know who they expect is going to take and save them from the crap here. Nothing's going to save them from the crap here. Jesus might take us all away, but he's not going to save us from anything down here. As long as you're here, you got no hope down here. You got no hope down here. No hope. Anyone to think that picking your hands up, praying to God's going to, in the end, get you ahead of these Satanists, you're living a lie. Satan's running the world. Right down here, okay, unless he's got an agent like me, unless God has got an agent like me to be a catalyst to actually do something that he can't do, Satan runs this world, he rules this world, he manipulates this world, and he's the most powerful thing down here. There's not one man walking this rock that's more powerful than Satan, not even me. Alone, that is. So this is a little bit of an encouragement. I still got God, because if I didn't, I'd probably be dead. If it wasn't from radiation poisoning, if it wasn't from suicide, if it wasn't from just downright despair, if I didn't have God, count your lucky stars. Count your lucky stars that somewhere in my history, my parents brought me up knowing God, brought me up in the Bible, brought me up in a church. When people don't have that growing up, their 50% divorce statistic, it isn't even a divorce statistic anymore. Their 50% I'm going to make it statistic drops down to a 2% I'm going to make it statistic. And this is the world that you live in now. This is the young people growing up and the norms and the standards they have to work with. They're growing up as witches and warlocks in an electronic world where this is normal. When you and I were growing up, I mean, when I was in high school, I was the first person with a cell phone. They cost $4,000, $100 a minute to use it kind of thing. Radio Shack was the only one selling it. It was the biggest and the best thing. A 4-watt phone, and now we got nowhere near the power, and it's the worst thing in the world. My goodness. Everyone's going to be looking for a leader, and at one point they're going to be looking somewhere, and maybe they're going to look my direction. And as the song on the top of my page here says today on my Twitter, you're dead to me. You're all dead to me. Choose life, but right now you're all dead to me. And my life is ruined. It's been ruined by these people, a lot of other people. And I didn't take the law into my own hands, and I didn't take revenge, and I'm living the results. I'm broke, penniless, sick, no dignity, no respect, nothing. Hated by the world. So, it'd be nice if some people would come around. It would be nice if some people that weren't in this chat room the people in my past who actually got something from me and made a life, you'd actually return something for once when you're asked, rather than wait 15, 20 years later when it doesn't make a difference anymore. Okay, you had 15 years, we could have done something, things could have wound up different, but it's not. Nothing was done, no one did anything. People were invited to do something. Hell, I gave my last $6 and walked 100 miles home that night in a cold, damp night. That was a sacrifice I made for 6 minutes of airtime on City TV Speaker's Corner. The most uncomfortable, most biggest sacrifice I've made my entire life for people who don't deserve anything but the bunion that doesn't exist on my toe yet. Oh, goodness. You want someone to turn this country around? You want someone to do something? Hold people to notice? Someone's got to elevate me to a position where that happens. And that I'm given protection because I can do this. I've got the story. I got the evidence, but maybe it's not tangible. But I'll tell you something. The court of public opinion, 7 polygraphs, I think is pretty good evidence. Okay? I mean, I'm not going to fake 7 polygraphs, but when 7 polygraphs clearly show that everything I've been saying is true and that I deserve something I'm not getting and that I'm being held down oppressively and that people just don't want to come to me because they're afraid they're going to go blah, 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 blah and say everything. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to bring others into it. But the fact is, you got no choice. This is going to go wide open. It's going to be blown wide open. All these people running, all these people leaving my name out of things, and all these people saying now they're blaming me for accusing them for leaving my name out of things. You know what? If you were running with God, you wouldn't have all of this unsurety, all these questions, wondering whether you're running with God or with Satan. You wouldn't know what you're doing one day to the next, if I should do this or do that, be with this person, be with that person, say this, say that, give this, give that. You wouldn't have to question it. It would just come to you. It'd just be thoughts, dreams, visions. God would instruct you on what to do. If people would just take their head out of their asses, head out of the sand, and people would just take their head out of their own lives and look to others and what you can do for others. And then maybe those other people coming out of the crap they're in, what they can end up doing for you. You know? Think further. Pay it forward. So sacrifice everything you had. I've got nothing left. I liquidate to less than $100. I'm willing basically to give up everything I have now so that I can file one lawsuit and take this into a court because it's clear that I'm not getting justice out of here. I'm getting sick and left for dead. I bless you. Like I do. Even my enemies, I'm blessing you. Even though you curse me. Even though you leave me for dead. Even though you lie to me. Outright lie. Still love you. I still care about you. I don't know why. Some days I scratch my head. Why? Why do I bother? Why do I care? This year, some crap is going to hit the fan. I shouldn't have to die or go to jail for it. I'm not going to. But crap is going to hit the fan. I'm going to take a leading role. And those that expect to get any success through me are going to have to come alongside me. Because the alternative, you've all been shown. You all know what's coming. Okay, maybe you don't. And that's the problem. Maybe you do and you're in denial. Just plain outright denial. Or maybe you're just so brainwashed that a guillotine can stare you in the face and you still don't know what is about to happen. Well, good luck to your beast down there in the States. Good luck trying to keep the West when the East is going to come in and take over. Good luck when the Chinese or the big bad powers that be decide to press that button and an entire continent drops dead. Good luck. You were told, you were warned, a solution was given to you, a savior is coming. Until he comes, there's one standing here, sitting here talking to you right now. And you know what? No one gives me what I want, including closure, answers to questions, the means to make things happen, But they all expect me to. When it doesn't happen, I'm being the one that's left to blame, or I'm being the one. You know what? You don't do that. You don't play double standards. You don't play double sides. You don't expect someone to bring the Stanley Cup home unless you invest everything and anything into him and his hockey, right? This is why Toronto doesn't have the Stanley Cup since '67. We got the best fans in the world, but we have the crappiest running the thing, giving them what they need, making bad decisions. Well, this is the world we live in. They're not giving us what we need. They're making bad decisions, and they say it's okay. Wake up, people. No one gives a crap about you. Okay? They're all for themselves now. And those that are raising you to think differently, they might have a heart for you. But deep down inside, they're rotten in the core. I don't think there's one person walking this rock right now that doesn't have some kind of deep down rotten in the core to them. Even me, somewhere, I've got to look at myself. There's not one good thing in humanity anymore, and I'm losing hope in it. And it's not good, because I need hope. We need hope. You need hope. And hope dies with me, because I got the case and everything to turn this around, but I don't have the people who care enough to do it. Don't have the people who want to be uncomfortable. Don't have the people that want to make the sacrifices. And then when someone like me comes along and makes the ultimate sacrifice, they throw them under a bus. Won't give them the time of day to try to get a penny out of them, like pulling teeth. Try to get someone to cooperate or to respond like a prime minister. I like to help the guy. I don't want to have to condemn the guy. But I'm kind of caught up in a situation where I can't do anything for the man until he pardons me. And he is going to be sued. That's coming. A lawsuit's coming towards our prime minister, because he's done something uncontestably he should not have done. That final nail in the coffin, which could have helped us all, was put in there by Prime Minister Trudeau. So, I don't know what you're all expecting, but there's not one person on this rock that's going to give you a solution. I'm all poised, set up to do something, and no one can care less. They'd rather be killed off by a bunch of people who don't care anything about them. And the sad reality is it's all going to come about. No one's even going to know what's hit them. And what's even more sad is all those people are going to die, and they will have not have known Jesus. They will not have known their Maker. All the young people will know more about Harry Potter, about Jesus. And we can't have that. You want to live in a crap world that we live in, where people don't care? Well, that's fine. That's a sign of your standards, I guess. Maybe you're just a crappy person and want to see the world go tits up and live that way. Well, let me ask you another thing. When Islam comes into the West here, where they think it's okay to chop your hand off because you misspoke about a neighbor, and now Sharia law becomes the thing, what are you going to do then? You put these slums back in their place. You help the Muslims, you get rid of the rest. Kick them out of the country, keep them out of the country. Okay? Islam was created for one reason, to destroy Christianity. Muslims still exist for one reason, because they're blind to a pedophiliac false prophet. I'm not even going to give his name because I don't need to go there today. We all know who it is. It's a sad reality. But I'm not going to sit here and have Canada and the United States become a Sharia house for freaking Islam. It's sad it's happening. They've probably already gone too far. It's probably a point of no return, but I'm not going down sitting under a rock. And I'm not going to stand and make sacrifices for a people who can't help themselves, don't want to help themselves, and don't want to give me the tools to help them. Wow, 24 minutes. I could have sat in a church and give a whole sermon right now, And they won't even give me an ounce of dignity and respect for that. Well, I'm turning the town around up here, whether people want it or not. There is a Masonic Lodge up here. They're going to get a letter on their front door telling them they're not welcome in this town. At least 20 churches in this town are going to get letters from me with respect to a plan and a strategy for this town over the next 7 years. And if at that point this town wants to run me out, fine. But if town wants to then embrace me, we're going to be that beacon on a hill. And I'm telling you prophetically, Stouffville, Ontario is going to be a beacon on a hill. When all this crap goes down in the States, and when people start to get the blinders pulled off, you know what I see? I see people flocking to a beacon on a hill. So, this morning's all over the place. I don't know what to think. You know, the stuff I see and read, and I see how people talk and react, how they treat each other. It's unacceptable. It's just not going to stay this way. There's a new kingdom being set up, and I'm the guy that's paving the way for it coming. And get in my way, I'm going to remove you. And this time I'm not going to be nice about it. I've been the Jesus guy now for long enough. Okay, you didn't want me as a Jesus guy. I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want me as an Antichrist. You do not want me as an Antichrist. You want to keep me the Jesus guy. A guy who loves Jesus. So, I don't know, man. This is Saturday. I'm still looking for a reason to step outside these four walls here today. Still looking for a reason. Much quieter and more peaceful here. I'm closer to God. I feel like I'm closer to God here than anywhere else. And that's that. Have yourselves a good morning. We'll see if I got something come to my mind later.